getting ready for my Radio Is Not Dead tour and more, actually. So stay tuned to find out, where am I going? What am I doing? How is my dog? Find out in the next update of The Adventures of Kelly and Kismet. And I are out on an early morning walk. And I just was compelled to sit down for a minute because it's such a beautiful day and he's happy, and do a little update. So the most recent update was my afterglow of the NAB show. And I'm just right now trying to keep the momentum up for the book, but also recenter myself. I think the biggest update that I want to share is that I did decide that it was a little too soon to dispose of the ashes or distribute the ashes of my parents on this RV trip. Careful consideration. I know that the idea was like after all this great stuff was going on, and I thought, oh, this will be really beautiful and really great. And then when the ashes actually arrived and I had my mom's remains in my possession along with my dad's together, and I met with my son before I left, and both of us weren't ready for it. So I left them in his care. And he actually has a key to my storage unit so that if it becomes too much for him to bear to hang on to their ashes, he can go store them for me until I return back to California and we decide together what we're going to do. I do believe that he wanted to have something to say because he was with me and my parents the entire time while we were caring for them. And I just wanted to also honor his desire to be part of that ritualistic ceremony. And I think that's what he wanted to do. And me taking them on a final RV travel trip could still happen. That plan is on pause, and actually it gives me a big relief because honestly, I need to work through my grief before I start spreading it out. And that was just a decision and that had to be made. And this little boy here he loves it out here in the desert. Okay, so enough of that. Update on dead air. So as of this video, I still haven't even gotten the full count from what the sales are. It's only been days, really, or a week, I think. And I got really super busy right after the show and had to manage a lot of business stuff and then get here out to Arizona, which totally worth it. I love it. I'm actually sitting out here on a block of concrete in the middle of the desert on a trail along some high wires and whatnot. But it's not the trailer. I thought this is a good place to do a little fresh update. Kismet is digging and he's yanking my hand. Hey, you haven't had a rock in a long time. I know. We're having a morning Roth party. I don't like him stirring up all the dirt, and the rocks have become sort of an issue, which if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that. But I've discovered that he's a soccer ball dog and I need to go get him a soccer ball. But we're out in the desert right now, so I didn't carry a ball with me. And I stopped, so he's bored. So I don't have the full count on the book that sold at the NAB, but I've done a sizzle reel and I've done my update and just exploring new ways to get it out there, to market it. Reconnected, going to do an update with Mike McVay as far as how we can keep the momentum going. And I actually have a little business collab proposition for him. So we're going to meet in a couple days and we'll see how that goes. After that, I will be leaving here, the ranch in Arizona, soon. And I'm going to be headed east. I've spoken to my friends, Bill and Darla. They also have a YouTube channel called Economic Refugees, and they've been traveling now. They're not traveling anymore, but for 15 years. And they were work campers for quite some time. And I spoke with them yesterday and got some insight from them on going to see them. So that might be on the plan. That might be on the agenda. I haven't really made my mind up. Like I keep saying on all these videos, it's like the journey is evolving and developing as we go. The Radio Is Not Dead tour is happening. I have my very first inaugural scheduled with a radio group in Prescott, Arizona. And there is a deep, rich history of a relationship there. And I am thrilled, honored, privileged, and pleased that they've agreed to be my very first. So I don't know how it's going to go. I don't even know if they know what to expect. So I'm going to go see them. And that video will be coming soon too. So that is my update for now. The dog is literally tossing dirt on me. Hey, can you stop now? I'm going to stand up and we're going to see how this goes with this dog. I am fully dusty and dirty now, thanks to him, but I did promise him a nice walk, and then I sat down to do an update. And I think it's just because the sun is so beautiful. It's early in the morning, so it's not warm or anything. But I'm going to take him for a walk, and I'll probably have another. Okay, I got to go because he just tossed my phone in the dirt. So more to come. I will finish this update later. Okay, so different day, different walk, obviously different hair, same dog, same trail. So I wanted to just finish this update here at the ranch. I am getting ready to leave in a couple of weeks to head east, and I know where I'm headed now, which is a beautiful thing. I will be going to Kentucky for about a month to stay with some friends of mine who I've known forever. I brought them up in the last video, Bill and Darla McLean, and they'd offered that opportunity for me to come and be with them while they do some work camp stuff at a fireworks store in Kentucky. So I'm going to make my way there. It'll take me a couple of weeks, so there'll be updates in between then. But for now, that is the summer plan. I did meet somebody, a gentleman at the NAB convention who runs a group of radio stations in Kentucky who I said, yes, we'd love to have you come out. So I think it's just meant to be. It's Kismet. It really is. It's just Kismet that's where my friends were going to be located for a month. That's where my friend Lene wanted to go so she can see some new Tennessee Walker horses on a breeding farm be born, and the radio station tour. And plus there's the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum and some other things that I want to see while I'm in Kentucky. So it just seems that's the plan. And that is my update for now. So much more to come. I am working on the flipping the format on the Fear of Failure book, which has a license to be badass component, and resurfacing with that because I already had most of the content, and creating it into a book just made sense that I could share with the broadcast industry with some mental health tips and tools and scientific principles that they could implement in their personal life and their professional life. So there was a lot of interest in that, just the concept coming up. And I'm like, okay, I was working on that 5 years ago when my life got derailed with the care of my parents and COVID. So I'm dusting off some of the notes and repurposing it. And that's what I've been working on while I'm out here, recentering and getting grounded and working on some of my grief, walking the dog, fixing my diet. I ate way too much comfort food during the last couple of months, and I need to fix that. And I've been working on that. And it's just, the desert is nice, and now I'm going to be leaving the desert and heading east, and now I have an actual direction and target and someone to go see. Meanwhile, get out. Stop doing that. Hey. This little guy needs a visit to the vet. It seems like it's like a little cyst inside of his neck. It's not on his neck, it's in. I had this issue with him before where the vet said the body would absorb it. There's nothing wrong with him. And just if it ever happens again, watch for signs: wet nose, vomiting, how's his poop, is he playful? He's still all of those things, and his poop is fine, and he's still eating, but he's still got this cyst. Hey, is it rock time? Rock party time? I think he wants to go. All right, here we go. We're going to go back, and he's going to get his water and his morning treat. He grabbed his rock, and he's ready to go. And that's where we're headed. We're going to go back. The final update for the ranch is maybe a little delay in plan. I don't know. Kismet had this little thing inside of his neck. And last summer, he had something in his cheek, and I took him to the vet, concerned it was, I don't know, who knows what. And it was basically like a little foxtail he'd gotten in there because he's out there digging a lot. And so vets would say, if they're out there digging and chewing on sticks, sometimes it gets in between the skin and the membrane, and the body will expel it. And so that's what I figured was going on with Kismet. And then with some of the behavior issues, just because I was gone from him for so long with my mom's situation and then the NAB. And so he was a little emotional. I was a little emotional. And yeah, he didn't eat for a couple of days. And so I just attributed all of this to multiple layers of things. Well, but the little cyst in his neck wasn't improving or going away. And it had been about a month. And so I thought, you know what? before I hit the road, I better take him to the vet and have it checked out. It turned out that it wasn't just a cyst because they withdrew blood from it, and the vet wanted to take a better look at it. And of course, because he's so playful and rambunctious, they had to sedate him. So the sedation and the examination and the lab fee and all of that, I'm already into this for over $900, and I still don't really have an answer as to what is in his neck. And now I've got 30 days of antibiotics and 2 weeks of a pain reliever for him just because of the procedure. He's acting fine. He's playing with Linnea's dogs. He's running around the horses. You've seen the video. He's had this thing in his neck for a while. So all the video from here, he's completely active. There's nothing wrong with him. And the vet wanted to just rule out some things. So that's why we ordered the blood test. But we really don't know what's causing it. So hopefully it's just an antibiotic, because he is such a young dog and everything else about him is completely healthy. But we had to have this thing taken care of. And I will tell you, the $900 is a significant financial hit. So do I delay my travel for another week or so, or do I go anyway and just trust that the universe is going to take care of everything? I don't know. All right, that is the final update from my meanwhile back at the ranch. I am Kelly Orchard, author, traveler, therapist, and radio veteran, getting ready for my Radio Is Not Dead tour and more, actually. So stay tuned to find out. Where am I going? What am I doing? How is my dog? Find out in the next update of The Adventures of Kelly and Kismet. Or do I now call it Kismet Adventures and Serendipitous Encounters? You tell me. Let's take a vote. I don't know. Is that a poll or something? We'll see.